Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, human beings of all ages, welcome to Vibrations with Vito with your host, me, Vito. This is episode 19. We feel lovely today. I'm just going to put that out there. If you haven't done it already, go subscribe to my YouTube, Vibrations with Vito. Find me on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Same thing, Vibrations with Vito. Tell a friend, tell your aunt, your uncle, tell everybody. They have to follow. I'm not going anywhere. But to make this thing do what I want it to do, I need your help. So tell everybody. I hope you are enjoying it thus far. I'm enjoying doing it, but we're just going to keep going. So episode 19. I feel great. If you are just listening, you don't know, but I have my $10,000 glasses on. And just like in Adam Sandler's movie Big Daddy with the Sprouse twins, when he gave him the glasses that made him feel invisible, that's what these do. These make me feel comfortable. This is what's the word? Phantasmagoria. You don't know what that means, but Google it, and then you'll figure out why I just used that word. So these glasses make me feel more relaxed. So sit back, relax, enjoy the show. Okay, that being said, the message for the week is very simple. 2 words. Do you. Okay? Do you. Don't worry about what anyone else is doing. Don't compare yourself to anybody or where they're at or what they're doing. Do you. And I'm kind of speaking to myself right now as well. So, like, you take what I'm saying, use it. But, yeah, it is, it's helpful for me as well because I can always come back to these and see, you know, what I said, why I said it. So, do you. Don't compare yourself to anybody. Do what you need to do. You know, take it like that. But okay, that being said, I have a special guest here with me today. I've known this lady probably the longest I've known anybody. I have known her since I was, I think, 4 or 5. I'm going to lock in 5. Her parents live on my street. She is a Cabrini Weenie. I'll get into that in a few seconds. You'll see why. She is one of my best friends. Has been that way for a very, 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 very long time. Yeah, she's as real as it gets. The one and only Sarah Russo. Hey.
That's me.
Hello, darling.
Hello.
How are you?
I can't complain. Feeling good.
Yeah, put the headphones on. Relax. How are you?
I'm good. Had a good day at work.
Yeah?
Glad it's the weekend.
Nothing better than being done work and knowing that you're off the weekend. So what time did you start work today?
7
a.m. And you got done what time?
5 p.m.
Jeez.
Long day.
Yeah, it sounds like a long day. I started later than you and I got done earlier.
Jealous.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. You get used to it.
Tell the people what you do for a living, please. Because if somebody put a gun to my head and said, tell me what Sarah does for a living, I don't know if I'd be able to tell them.
It gets a little confusing. So I do quality control. I'm a quality engineer for medical devices. So spine implants is what we specialize in, but we do a lot of foot and ankle, bone screws, plates, etc. Okay.
And you do this every day?
Every day.
I'm trying to figure out why I sound like a little bit of a robot, I feel like. You just keep being you. Actually, we're okay. I sound all right, I think. You don't hear me.
I don't very much hear you. You're correct, but
we're okay.
Good thing you have a loud voice.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So we have known each other for a very, very, very long time.
Yeah.
Since the age of 5, I think we can lock that in.
I was thinking you're probably close to right. Diapers.
I don't think I was wearing diapers when I was 5.
I feel like I would have been more closer to 5, 6. Don't you think?
Yeah, we're 2 years apart, or 2 grades apart. How old are you?
We're 2 grades apart, 2 years apart.
Your birthday's coming up. 15 days to be specific.
Close, yeah.
Okay.
Close. I'll be 26.
Okay, and I just turned 24. So yeah, we're 2 years apart. So if I was 5, you were 7?
Yeah, okay, so maybe.
Whatever.
Close, yeah. We were young.
You know, I have the most vivid memory of us hanging out in my backyard. We had our feet in my pool. We were sitting on the deck. and we were playing the handheld Sega. It was called Game Gear. It was Sega Genesis, the game console, but it was a handheld version, and we were playing Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm telling you, very vivid memory. But we had our feet in the pool, and I was showing you how to play. And I just remember, and then you left and walked down the street, and you went home to your
and that was it. Yep.
Lovely parents. Shout out to your parents one time, and your sister. Shout out to Teresa.
Much love to the Russo family.
Yes, the Russos. I wish I could roll my R's. It would sound beautiful, but I can't.
No, me either.
I was gonna say,
the Principessa.
The Principessa. That means princess in Italian people. So we went to the same grade school, St. Francis Cabrini, hence the Cabrini weenies. I feel like at the time I did not like that, being called a Cabrini weenie. No. But as I got older, I embraced the shit out of it.
It wasn't okay until we were like grown up and out of there.
Yeah, but now I'm a Cabrini weenie for life.
Yep. For life. I feel like it's like a privilege to say we were.
I agree.
At this age especially.
You graduated from there, correct?
Yes.
I did
Last class to graduate.
Oh, that's
2010. So.
Wow. I could have graduated from there. And they didn't want me to be great.
But we were selfish at the time because we were mad. You remember your 8th grade year, you got to do the dance, you got to do a couple extra things because it was your last year there.
Right.
Well, a couple of the extra things we got, the 7th graders also did because they weren't going to get to graduate and they were there for a while. So I remember being like, all of us would be like, why did they get to have like, so stupid, but privileged to go there for sure.
It was a shame because our school was the biggest out of the 4 that we combined, the 3 others that we combined with. My grade could have graduated. I had 2 more years, 1 more year.
Biggest is in quantity of children?
Yeah, out of the other schools, we had the most. And I think we could have probably stayed open, but they were just like, no, we're going to do this now. So.
Well, I think the other schools it was time, and we knew we were coming with them.
My friend Ged, shout out to Ged, she was on episode, I think, 7 or 8, but his class had like 12 kids in their 1 grade. I was like, bro, we had like 30.
I think I graduated, I think there was 28 of us.
28, not bad.
I could probably name most of them,
Same. Big community. Our whole neighborhood, our school, our grade school, big community. Everybody was, all knew each other, knew exactly what everybody was doing all the time.
The intersection was the place to go. If you weren't sure where anyone was, you could go to the intersection and probably find out.
Yeah, there was probably going to be a bunch of people there, too. Okay, what I don't like about this bottle that I bought, it's a cork. I kind of struggle with them. So far, I'm 2 for 2 on the pod with getting them on the first try. So I'm going to try to do that today.
Okay, well.
Here we go. Good luck. Okay, while I'm talking, let's transition. So we went a couple years without conversing. Not because we had any bad blood or anything, but it was just, you were growing up and going this way, and I was trying to do the same and, go the other way. What the freak? Okay, we're good. Do you remember where I saw you and we kind of got back in touch? This is a pop quiz.
Where?
Like we went a while without talking, and then I saw you somewhere, and it sparked our friendship again. No idea?
No. I would have came home. It was after I came home from college, but I don't remember where.
God, the cork broke in half.
Oh.
Okay, wait a minute. This is super upsetting. Part 2.
One time I didn't have a wine opener at college, and I just sat there with just like a knife trying to push it in for like 3 hours, and then I finally gave up.
Oh my goodness, again. This is an epic fail, people. This is such a fail.
Have you ever seen the electric ones?
Yes. Pretty sure my sister has it at her house.
I bought my parents one, my dad for Christmas one year, or his birthday. They're both right next to each other. And within like 3 months, I bought myself one. I was like, oh yeah, everybody needs one.
Was it a great purchase?
Yeah. It's not expensive, and you put it on, you literally press a button, it goes up and down, takes it right in and out, and then you can keep it holding it in, and it pops it right off for you to throw it away. So I'm actually a pro at opening a wine bottle. That's one thing I am good at.
With the electric one, though?
No.
So I should have had you do
this. I should have, offered.
Thank God.
I was a wine child. My family makes wine.
Yes. Yes, they do.
So when I was younger, my dad used to have me like run down and grab a bottle of wine for Sunday dinner, and I'd get all excited to bring it up, open it, and give it to them.
Here we go. It's time for the first pour. Shout out to your dad. So your dad makes it, right? The wine.
There's a couple different people in our family.
See, I think it's my mom's uncle, if I am not mistaken, that makes it, and he does a great job. It is so strong, though. So like one glass, I'm drunk.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
But here we go.
So is my family's.
Favorite part of the show? Sit back, put your volume up. Here comes the pour. That one's for you.
Thank you.
Perfection. Just try.
Okay.
What the hell is going on?
And the choice of wine came from?
We're not gonna say the brand because they don't deserve the plug, but the kind of wine is Pinot Noir. You said you like red just because that's what your dad makes. So.
Do.
Cheers. All right. Wait. So I didn't finish the story. So where we ended up meeting again? Jade Asian. And
Oh yeah.
the local Asian spot around the corner from our house. I was actually with Gedge. Shout out to Gedge one more time. And I walked in, and I saw you sitting in the front. But at first, I didn't know it was you because you had bright pink hair.
Right.
Bright pink.
I remember this now.
Bright pink. You had your makeup all done. You had you looked like you were ready to go out. So I was like, oh, that looks like Sarah. And then I was like, that's Sarah. And then I was just like, hey. And we sat and talked for a few minutes. You were eating, I think. And then, we said we were going to get back in touch talk very soon. And we ended up doing that. And since that day.
And here we are.
We rekindled our friendship again. And that was great. But yeah, I'll never forget that.
Huge shout out to them and the American Dream role.
Facts. I was just gonna get into that as you sparked that. I had no idea about that role, and I had no idea that I liked eel.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
Different. I can have it in small amounts like that. So fun fact is, I'm terrified to go out by myself. Terrified.
To eat?
Just in general. To eat, to do anything. I feel like people are gonna think I'm weird.
For being by
immediately
yourself?
If I'm by myself, that girl's weird. She doesn't have any friends.
I disagree.
I know it doesn't matter, but Jade Asian, I always felt comfortable going in. So I used to go there once every other week for dinner by myself because it was right around the corner.
Yeah.
On my way home from work, they'd be fast service. They were really nice in there. Nobody was in there, and they suggested that role to me one time because I like eel. And never switched it up on them. Get it.
When did you know you liked eel?
I was probably 14 or 15, new into high school, freshman, sophomore. My dad insists it didn't used to be Jade Asian at that point. Used to be a different place. So my dad insisted that I like sushi, and I insisted there's no way I was eating sushi. Mm-hmm. So finally, I went out with him. He bought, we got a bunch a la carte. 2-piece, tried them, and found out I liked everyone, not one I didn't like. So from then I just started eating sushi, but not a lot of my friends did. Yeah. So I kind of took it as a time to go out and enjoy just embracing trying to be alone and go out and not feel weird about doing that, and that's kind of what started that. So shout out to Jade Asian because it kind of helps some things for you personally, right? Good. And now open back up because I hate that it's only takeout still. I was going to say, it's not, you can't dine in yet. They've been taking this COVID thing serious. I hope none of them have gotten it, but I think it's safe to say they haven't because they haven't let anybody go and eat there. Nope. Still no. It's not the same getting takeout from a place like that versus
Well, especially sushi, but versus sitting in there and eating it.
Yeah.
Because first off, it's hotter when you're in there. It's more fresh when you're in there.
The atmosphere.
Too, yeah, it's a beautiful place inside. Shout out to them. Maybe one day I'll have them on the podcast.
I'm telling you, it's a different experience when you go have sushi and you sit at the sushi bar, I think, than just sitting at a table. It's a different experience to sit there and actually watch them roll it. It's nice.
Yeah, because they make it that you can see him.
Yep.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I want to transition. Today is National Cat Day.
I did not know.
Okay, well, now you do. And I have a hot take about cats. First off, you know I'm not a big fan of cats.
Yes.
You have a cat.
I do, Mama.
Mama.
Who loves you so much.
She does not. Okay.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is either. Maybe she knows I'm frightened.
I think you think you're allergic or you are allergic.
I might be, because I'm always sneezing at your house.
So I think you get, not weird with her, but like something's going to get me sick.
Apprehensive, maybe?
Yep. And she knows that, so she's like, well, what's up? Let's be friends.
She's always, like, the thing I don't like is that she's on one minute she's not in my sight, and the next minute she jumps right on top of me, and I'm like, whoa, relax. But okay, so I have a hot take about cats. We should have never domesticated them. Well, let me explain.
Can't wait to see where this is going.
How I feel is that they should be in the wild. They are not like dogs. Dogs, they kind of depend on us.
Right.
If you didn't like some people really just let their cats roam, and then the cat, when he wants to come inside, he comes inside. But when you let him roam, he could, or she could go grab a mouse, could go grab a little bird, could do anything and survive. The dog needs you to feed them and give it water and so on and so forth. And they like to be pet. They like to sit on the couch and let you pet them. Cats do their own thing all the time. 1 minute they're on the table next to you, the next minute they're on top of the refrigerator. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I feel that they should be outside because they would thrive. And I think they shouldn't be eating cat food in someone's apartment, personally.
Okay.
So that's all. A dog,
I get that.
I don't think a dog could survive on its own in the wild. Because, what would they eat? If it caught a squirrel, would it eat it? I don't know.
But
if a cat caught a squirrel, he's tearing that thing apart.
Would you say we domesticated dogs?
Yes. I'm pretty sure that's a fact. That's how we have them.
So cats, you would say we did not domesticate?
I mean, we did because we have them in our households.
Okay.
But I don't think... How I think is a cat... I think
they're smarter.
Oh, my God. A cat, to me, is a little lion. They all have that same look. They all, look at you with that death stare. They're like, what's up? I don't like that. I can't read a cat. I can always read a dog. If his tail's wagging, he's happy. If he's, you know what I mean? If he's growling, you're like, okay, buddy's... Yeah, he doesn't want any part of me. That cat will look at you dead in the face, same expression, and then throw a right hand. Remember the one time we were sitting watching TV, and then Mama just was like, and smacked the shit out of me. I was like, whoa. I don't like that. So, okay, so it's National Cat Day. Shout out to Mama. She may be the only cat I tolerate. So.
I was not a cat person.
Yeah, that's the thing. So you weren't a cat person. And your roommate, shout out to Jordan. Hope you're watching. I hope you're enjoying yourself as we speak. But so it was his cat, right? So,
yep, his mom they got a new dog. And anyway, cat got out, had cats. It was this whole thing. Now they had too many animals. Me and Jordan both wanted an animal, but because we work 50, 60-hour weeks, we agreed that we could not have a dog. We didn't want to do it to them. And his mom was looking to get rid of cats, so they were going to become farm cats anyway, probably. So we took her, and we took another one. They did not get along, but we took her first. So we kept her. We tried to take a second. They didn't get along. We gave the second back. And it's been almost 2 years now with her.
Yeah, damn, 2 years.
Almost.
Right, because...
This fall will be 2 years.
Wow. Yeah, and she knows. She knows we have, a silent beef. I've never done anything to her. She's never... Besides that one night where she threw a right hand at me, but... Other than that, it's just a silent, she'll look at me oh, this motherfucker. And I'm like, come on.
She definitely recognizes.
Mama, just stay over there.
It's the hostility.
Hostility. Yeah.
That's what it is.
tension. We have tension, the two of us, for no reason. But okay, that's a perfect transition for this segment of the show that we call Riddles with Vito. Okay, so if you're new to the program, I'm going to give my guest here, Sarah, a riddle. And she's just going to have to try to figure out. Let's put in perspective that nobody has came on this program and got a riddle correct. So you could be the first.
Pressure?
Yeah,
Lots?
a little bit. You're going to be, they're all difficult. It just challenges a different part of your brain. Doesn't have anything to do with your intelligence or anything. But here we go. So we were just talking about cats, okay? So this is a cat-related riddle. What does a cat wear when it goes out? What does a cat wear when it goes out? Riddles with Vito.
What does a cat wear when it goes out?
What does a cat wear when it goes out? Anything?
I was trying to think of something like meow fit, but I couldn't. It's like close. Oh, okay.
Anything?
I ruined it now, yeah.
I mean, no, that was a good. I like the way your brain went. It's not the correct answer.
Okay.
Meow fit. That's a.
I was trying to think of something. I thought it was just going to be something corny.
That's what I mean. You're very smart.
Okay.
You're very smart.
What
okay.
is it?
What does a cat wear when it goes out? Perfume.
Okay. I had the right idea, though. I'm going to go tell my cat that later, and I'm going to laugh about it, and she's not.
Oh, shit. Okay, perfume. Okay, I just looked down and I noticed it, so I'm just going to talk about it. So, if you're not watching, I am wearing a beautiful jersey, pink and black. It is a professional soccer team in the town that my parents grew up in Italy, Palermo. Recently, in 2018, they got into financial troubles, and they were in the second division of Italian football, and they got relegated to the fourth division. So there's Serie A, where Inter is in. That's the Serie A, if you were just reading it. So they were in B, and they got sent to D. So then they had to fight out of D, get to C. They were in C this past season. They won this season, or they won Serie A C, so they moved back up to Serie B. And a funding group they have a lot of money. They have a bunch of other teams. They bought Palermo. So now Palermo's going to have an influx of money coming in. So they're probably going to start buying some quality players and then go right back to where they should be in Serie A. So I asked my dad, I go, so what happens if they get to Serie A and they play Inter? Who do we root for? He looked at me, he took a long pause, and he goes, Inter. And I go, okay, all right. But so where I buy my jerseys, I didn't think they were going to have this jersey, but I found it, and I had to buy it myself, and my father won. So, yeah, I did that. So, Forza Palermo. I hope they make it out of Serie B this upcoming season, but it's a beautiful jersey. And it's got my favorite clothing brand of all time. Like, yeah, there's Nike, there's Jordan, okay, but this is, as the Americans would call it, Kappa. In Italy, it's called Roba di Kappa, and Roba means clothes, D-E of Kappa. So, K-A-P-P-A, Kappa, I love them. So, okay, and I just was talking about my father, so now that just made me think of my family, and at the end of, or actually in the beginning, it was probably the middle, actually, of the last episode with my cousin, shout out to Alessandro, I mentioned that my sister was expecting to give birth, and that night that we got done recording, she went into labor, and on 7/11, my beautiful nephew, Vincenzo, was born. You know, God bless him. He is beautiful. He's named after my father. So shout out to his parents, my sister Angela and her husband Dane. I held him on Sunday. No, this is Friday. Or we're on Friday right now. So Wednesday, I held him, and he gave me a side smirk with his eyes closed, and I was like, yeah, he knows. He knows. So shout out to Vincenzo. Shout out to my sister for pulling through. I hope you're relaxing right now. I needed to make that because I was like, I'm going to speak it into existence. We're going to have a nephew by the end of the blah, blah, blah. And that night she went into labor. So God bless. Cheers to my nephew and my side of the family.
To the family, yeah, exactly.
Ooh. Did you eat? You said you were, what? What did you say?
I was going to say, another boy.
Yeah, that's good. So it's making me nervous. Maybe I'm going to have all the girls. I hope not. I need a boy first, that's all.
Would you, yeah, I was going to say, what do you want kids-wise?
I don't really care. Like, let's say I have a girl. I'm not upset that I have a girl, but I need to have the boy first. That's just how I think. I think every man wants to have a boy first. Not that I'm against having a girl. I just want the boy first. But I mean, if I have the girl first and then the boy right after, who cares? Because I got 1 and 1. Ideally, 1 and 1. When it's time for you to have kids, what do you want?
Dream, I think, like, max, I want 3 kids. I would love to be able to have 2 boys if I had a third, a girl.
You stole it right out of my mouth.
And
2 boys to keep the girl in line because, like, no...
protection.
I was just about to say
I just feel like
Yeah.
she would feel more comfortable opening up to brothers, maybe than parents. So I feel like that's the extra layer of protection that you need.
And if anything goes wrong, you tell your 2 brothers, and your 2 brothers are taking care of it. Yeah. Right. So I have 2 older sisters, like way older though. So it's just like, when I was growing up, they were already like coming into their own as, just older. Anyway, and you and your sister are how far apart?
2 years.
2 years. See, that's nice. That's nice. So my nephews, they're 2 years apart. So that's nice. They're gonna grow up together.
Perfect age, honestly. Anything more, I think, might seem spaced out because you got to think about it. Like we only had a 2-year difference in between us, but it's at one point it became what felt like
4 years.
Right.
Because you were 2 grades above.
2 grades, like, you think about how different it was from 6th grade to 8th grade. When I was in 8th grade, like,
you were drinking in the back field.
That's the time when we were starting to not hang out so much and separate.
Right, and I was still trying to play manhunt and,
That's when I first started growing up, quote unquote, not becoming or not acting like a kid so much.
Okay. No, you're right. So, yeah, me and my sisters are 13 and 9 years apart. So that's a big gap.
Right.
Nowadays, there's not much difference,
Some people are 16 and pregnant, and you're talking about a 13-year,
Shout out to us for beating teen pregnancy. God bless. That is something. I'm so grateful that didn't happen to me. More power to the people who, that did happen to and they were able to pull through. But being 16, remember being 16? Imagine having a kid. Now everything changes. No, thank you.
I just can't. I think about now. I'm 20, about to be 26.
July 30th, people. Write that down.
Take the happy birthdays.
Yeah, straight up. I'm going to say right now, happy birthday. My sister's this Wednesday coming up, the 20th. So, shout out to her, shout out to you. So
she's still 20th. That's still a Cancer? Do you know?
I have no idea about the zodiac signs. You're real big into those, are you?
I wouldn't say I'm big.
Okay.
But
that actually you just kind of did a little transition for me. So here, let me take I have to put my reading glasses on because I can't see anything right now. Okay, hold on. Oh, it's bright in here. Very bright in here. Okay, so I have an app on my phone that like tells me about my sign and what I should be doing and stuff like that.
Okay.
So like let me read it real quick.
I did have one. I tried. My girlfriend sent it to me.
Karina? Yeah. Shout out to Karina, fan of the show.
Much love for Karina.
It's called CoStar.
Yeah. Did she tell you to do this?
No, but when I looked, my coworker, shout out to Taryn. Yeah, I could see her.
We're on there, yeah.
So here, this is what it told me today. The most helpful way to give advice is to be a mirror. And then it asked me, are you looking for joy? Always, every day of my life. But here, this is what it said. It says, today you feel torn between forcing your shit on your friends and protecting them. It's good to joke and laugh if that's what you need. Just make sure you're not doing that thing where you walk away from your problems. Improvisation is how things happen. And then it said, there's 3 do's and 3 don'ts. The 3 do's, belly laughs, dancing shoes, I always have those on, and appetizers. My don'ts, show up unannounced, I never do that, and editorializing, goodness, I butchered that, but anyway, and then picking sides. We don't pick sides.
No.
And then here we go. Your fatal flaw is that you forget how niche your opinions actually are. So.
Do you feel like a lot of astrology stuff just seems like it's throwing in hints, but you're supposed to just guess? Like, it just seems like they're toying with you.
They want you to put the pieces together that don't exist.
And that's why I gave up on it, because like it'll be like random things like or things to do, appetizers. Like, is that the solution to my life? I go to Applebee's and get some appetizers during happy hour.
Oh, you can eat apps at TGI Fridays.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know what they want.
Is that what's bringing me joy? I guess that I just need to take like a trip to Applebee's.
Sometimes the messages that they write, though, they are helpful in that like sometimes I do, like I said, don't run away from your problems or something like that. I do run away from my problems. I try to push them down or push them to the side as much as I can. Like, I really do. You can't do that. It's not helpful in any way. So, I mean, but that could just be for anybody. But it's supposed to be specifically for me because I was born on December 15th. Like, that's what I don't get.
And then sometimes I wonder, is a lot of it's the same? But then, at the same time, I mean, maybe people are right. I just hate to say nothing's right.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
Or
that
something's
specifically
wrong. I don't know. Some people believe by things, and I try to be open-minded about it.
It's a helpful.
Ghosts, aliens. Like, I don't know. I never say there's nothing.
Do you believe in aliens?
For sure.
Okay.
I won't make you go into that topic.
No, you don't. We don't have to. Do you believe in ghosts?
Yeah.
Okay.
They say babies see ghosts, dogs see ghosts.
Do you think ghosts are people from your past, or are they just like anybody?
A ghost?
Yeah.
I think they can just be anybody. I don't think they're exactly how they're like portrayed in movies, like this little spirit flowing.
Same thing with aliens. I don't think aliens are this big thing with a big green head.
No.
An alien could be like 3 feet tall.
I think they're short.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think think about.
But that's just from documentaries. I am a nerd. Like, usually if I'm watching TV, I'm watching a documentary or anime. So. Yeah,
that's fair. I've never. The only I guess is it considered anime? It has to be. Yu-Gi-Oh.
I would not say Yu-Gi-Oh was really my thing. That's like Pokemon.
No. Is it anime? I'm asking you.
I don't know. I've never seen it.
When
I thought that was like Pokemon, like the cards.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I was obsessed with it.
Okay.
For like a couple months, but and then I was just like.
I can picture the cards. They're like brown and orange.
Like
I think.
Circular,
it looked like fire.
It was super corny.
But that was not really my thing.
I'm pretty sure the guy who invented Yu-Gi-Oh passed away not too long ago. So rest in peace to him.
Well, finish the glass to him. You're like, wait, maybe I'm not gonna finish the glass. Thank you. You know, anime, I watched The Last Airbender, Avatar.
Yeah.
And then my roommate was like, I'm tired of you saying you're not gonna like anime. You just watched The Last Airbender, and it's pretty much the same thing. So I did, and I found out, I was like, oh, I guess I like anime.
When the movie came out, like the one that was like all blue, the Avatar.
Okay, different.
I thought
that's the highest grossing film
ever.
Avatar.
Yeah.
Different. That's completely different than
I thought it had something to do with the Airbender. I really did.
No, but I did try. I waited 3 hours in line in Florida for the Avatar ride. One of it when it came out, the flume one that you're like in a boat. Never again will I wait for a ride for more than like an hour.
So you're a big amusement park person or no?
No, but I did just get a Six Flags season pass.
God bless. Pretty sure Greg and Cole have them. Shout out to them.
For $130, honestly, you can't beat it. You go to the safari, you go to the Halloween Fest. I saw the best fireworks I've seen in my life at their fireworks show, and I didn't wait in line for one ride. I went on every ride and some twice, which has never happened. Who knew? Nobody goes there on the 4th of July. Keep that in mind next year.
Write that down. Well, maybe, a lot of people are going to go now.
Right, now that I just said that.
Okay, let's transition to something that's going to be fun here. So there's this trend on, I guess, all social media, where it's like, he's a 10, but she's a 8, but, okay? So I think it'd be fun if we throw a couple at each other and just see where this goes. So do you want me to start, or do you want to start?
You start.
Okay.
Do I say she's a 10 to you?
Yeah, no, I'm going to say he's to you.
Okay.
And then you say she to me. He's an 8, but he has terrible communication skills.
You can change the number? Oh, communication?
Oh, yeah, we could do any number. You could say she's a 4, but blah, blah, blah.
Okay, yeah.
He's an 8, but he has terrible communication skills.
No.
You gotta give me a number, though. What is he now? What is he now?
Oh, that's how it works?
Yes.
I thought it was a yes or no question.
No. So,
Okay.
so when I say he's an 8 with terrible communication skills, now you give me the number he is now. Okay.
I don't know. Like a 3. I just can't. There's no point in me talking to you if we can't communicate, you know?
Okay.
Like, you could be hot, but what, am I going to look at you the whole time?
Go ahead.
Okay. She's a 10, but she... Oh, right, I forget. Well, we're sticking to 10. She's a 10, but she's taller than you.
9. Not too much of a big deal to me. How tall?
A lot of guys don't like taller girls.
I mean,
That's why I asked.
I mean, you know what I mean? Okay. How much taller is she? Because if I'm 5'9", if she's 6'4", maybe there's a problem.
I forget. Everybody's just tall to me. I'm only 5 foot.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I was just thinking like a tall model girl. I didn't picture an actual height in my head.
All right. He's a 3.
Okay.
But he has the best personality. Like, out of everyone you've ever met, he has the best personality. But he's a 3. He looks like a 3. What does that make him?
Okay. Like a 6.
Okay.
He's whatever.
All right. Personality goes a long way, people.
For sure. I mean,
I agree. That's more important, honestly. I mean, like, yeah.
I've never really gone for a man for looks, I don't think.
No?
I don't know. I don't really think, not to be rude to any of my exes.
No, fuck all your exes.
No.
Okay, fine.
Not to be rude to them.
I'm saying it. All right, go ahead. You got another one?
You didn't come from my mouth.
You got another one in the stash?
Yeah, I do, because we just had this conversation at work. So I've talked to a couple guys about this today.
Perfect.
So she's a 9, she's a 10, whatever. But she's rude to a waitress.
5. I don't want to be.
I hate being out and somebody. Being rude to the waitress. Like 90% of the time, it's not their fault. Let's be real.
But even if it is, don't embarrass me in public.
She gets a bad tip, and you just don't go back to that place again. You take an L on that dinner, and we should have looked in the reviews and been somewhere else. I don't know.
No, I'm with you. I don't like being embarrassed in public. I don't like feeling like, like if I'm with you and you make a scene, I feel like people are going to remember me with you.
Right.
And
at that point, you take the L and you make a joke about how bad your experience was there and just make the best of it, and that's the end,
That's fair.
We were talking about that today. We all agreed would rather just take the L than be with somebody that embarrasses you in public.
I'm with you. I don't like being embarrassed at all. But okay, I think I might have one more for you.
Okay.
No, I don't think I do. I don't want to say that. No, I don't.
All right. I didn't come with them loaded up at the top of my head either.
Me neither. So. I made those one up on the
we
spot.
did just have a conversation about that at work, so it just came to mind.
Okay, good. All right. We're going to get right to it. This is a segment of the show that we call Bueno or No Bueno. So if you're new to the program, again, I'm going to give my guest here one thing. She's going to tell me if it's bueno, if she agrees with it. No bueno if she doesn't agree with it. Super bueno if you are really fond of it, okay? All right, so hiking.
Bueno. I do like to hike a lot, but I'm not like I'm not like a backpacker or nothing. Like I like just like an afternoon stroll for an hour or 2.
Okay. All right. Mayonnaise.
No bueno. In any situation. Apparently, unless grilled cheese.
What?
Some people make it with grilled cheese. My roommate says.
Grilled cheese with mayonnaise?
Yep.
I've never done that.
I never have either, but I'm not trying it.
No. Jordan, you might be crazy for that one. Okay. Still love you though. Nutella.
Buena.
Good. Okay.
I know you're a super buena.
It's the greatest thing of all time. Sushi.
Super bueno.
Okay, now tell the people, what's your favorite kind of roll?
The American Dream roll.
Oh, it is.
Jade Asian, for sure.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Have you ever had it anywhere else, the American Dream roll?
I'm sure I've had something pretty much similar.
So not every American Dream roll is the same.
I think they just name it different things at different places. And like,
Okay.
for example, they might just like not have the roe on top at other places, but have the same meats and avocado. I don't know.
That's fair. Online dating.
I'm not currently. I met my ex online dating, so I guess bueno. I'm not for it, not against it.
But if it's your ex, it didn't work out, right? So wouldn't it be no bueno?
I know people that have met and have been happily in love. Like, I grew up with, maybe I shouldn't put her stuff out there, but they posted a whole thing about her on Penn State's website. And her man, they've been together forever. They're really happy. They met at Penn State at a dating app. Not to throw it out there, but so it's really worked for other people.
We'll block out the name. How about that? Very easy. Oh, okay. Let's do Botox.
I think I need it, but
why? Why?
Because I have a mixture of some sleep paralysis with.
What does that have to do with Botox?
Because I clench my jaws really bad, so I grind my teeth. So my dentist has suggested doing a sleep paralysis study, which I now have had done, and they suggest a shot of Botox in my forehead, which is apparently going to do something to release my jaw, so I don't grind my teeth as bad. Now, mouth guard's one thing, but even with that, I don't wear it all the time. Sometimes I do fall asleep without it, and if you're around me sleeping ever, if I just fall asleep, you'll notice.
Do you snore while you sleep?
I don't snore, but I grind my teeth bad, and you can hear it. And it's like, even my roommate said when we first moved in, he mentioned when I fell asleep, like watching TV watching TV one night, I fell asleep, and he was like, you grind your teeth really bad. I'm like, yeah, I know. Sorry, I didn't wear my mouth guard.
So here's a different one. Lip fillers. How do you feel about those? No bueno.
I'm the type that needs them. No bueno. The most gorgeous girls with the nicest lips are getting them nowadays because everybody else is getting them.
I think it is the most pointless thing ever. I've never looked at a girl and been like, wow.
Girls will show off their bruised lips the next day. Like, lip filler,
I went I'm gonna keep her nameless, but this one time I hung out with this girl, and it was 2 days after she got her lip injection. And she showed me the picture of what it looked like right after she was done, and the next day, and I go, and you like this? And she looked at me like I called her a bitch, and I go, your face is swollen. Right. To me, I don't like it.
So not the first week. You have to let it go down a little bit. I think.
I saw her 2 days after.
Yeah, then you have to let it. At first, it's definitely all, and I'm not one for it. So I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt after a week or two when it's all healed, and maybe it's not. But I don't know. I think those kind of surgeries were meant for people that need it, like people that have, big breasts that need to reduce them because their back hurts.
Right, that's different.
I work with spine. I understand it's a medical problem people have, but your lips not being as big as you want them to look.
Everybody wants to look like a Kardashian. That's what the thing is.
It's just, I don't know. And they're hundreds of dollars. They're not cheap.
I just they don't do anything for me. I've never been like, oh, she's a 6, but now she's got her lips done, so she's a 10.
Right.
Never. It's now.
I don't know. I guess it's just something that people are into. So maybe it's just what we're not into. I like a nose ring on guys, which I've found out that nobody else does. Like
a Tupac nose ring? Yeah, or like a ring?
Hoop. Just a little hoop. Not like a septum, not anything crazy. Just one black hoop. I've been trying to get all the guys at work to do it. Nobody will do it. Not one of them will agree to do it.
So take notes, people. If you want to impress Sarah, have a nice personality. Black hoop right here.
I mean, that's nose ring. Doesn't take much.
The lip things, it kind of bugs me out a little bit. But okay, let's do one more bueno or no bueno. Hawaiian pizza.
No bueno.
Thank God. Good. Okay.
If we're being honest, I don't even know if I've ever tried it. I just think I'm stuck with my pizzas that I already love enough, and I'm a plain pineapple person and a plain ham person.
Do you like pineapple?
I do.
Oh, okay.
But only just eating pineapple plain.
Pineapple should not be cooked. And I don't think any fruit should be cooked. I think fruit's supposed to be cold.
Any fruit should be cooked.
Is there a fruit that you?
No,
think?
I wanted to make sure before I was saying absolutely not. Yeah.
Okay. And I put my glasses on, my real glasses. So that means I have to read something. So this is I learned a lot at my job. It's very informative. It teaches me things. So here we go. You ever heard the saying, "Mind your P's and Q's"?
No.
P's and Q's. Okay, well, this is going to be brand new for you.
Oh, wow.
So I've heard, stay on your P's and Q's is what I would always hear it in, like the term. And I never knew what that meant. So here we go. It says, children might be told by their parents to mind their P's and Q's, meaning to mind their manners. One origin story explains that this phrase comes from bartenders who needed to keep track of whether customers were buying pints, P, or quarts, Q. Another more likely explanation is that handwriting teachers told their pupils to be mindful when forming their lowercase p's and q's, which look similar and are often easily confused. So like when I always heard p's and q's, I thought it meant like, be on your toes, like be ready, mind your manners kind of thing. But so I'm gonna go with the bartender version because it sounds, pints and quarts sounds right to me. But okay, there's that. I saw this. This was not from work. I know I just said from work, but this was from Twitter. I saw it today. A man survived 18 hours at sea by clinging onto a football in Greece. He was in the
ocean.
Yeah. So like it says lost by boys on beach. So he, I guess he was just lost at sea, but he was holding onto the football, and the football was floating, and he stayed on holding onto the football for 18 hours, and he survived.
Huh. You know why Macy's has a star?
No.
I remember one night we took a walk around our section, and we just did this all for the whole
Fun
walk.
Facts, back and forth.
The whole walk.
You know what's crazy? I remember the one I told you
about the gun or the whole 9 yards.
Yes.
You're the one that told me that.
Yeah.
Yes. But Macy's, my dad told me it's because he was a sailor and he got lost at sea and he hung on. He followed the North Star. I don't know. It started a goods store that ended up becoming Macy's, but his name is something R.K. Macy or something, and that's why Macy's has a star. He got lost at sea, followed the North Star home. He was a sailor. I don't know, and
it's one of my biggest fears, being stuck in the ocean, and just all the danger is below me.
I have a newfound interest in a cruise. I've never been on one, but my mom says because I always like to sleep and I need to be like close to my bed. I don't like to be out all night. I can't stay out till 2 in the morning like people our age.
So me neither. If I'm out, once it's 11:35,
yawning.
I'm ready for sleep.
Yawning.
Like I will take that Uber home.
I wake up at 5:45 every morning. I don't know how people do it till 2 a.m. every
When
night.
people are like, "Oh, did you sleep in today?" I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "When did you wake up?" I'm like, 7:15.
Yeah, I didn't have to wake up at 5:30 this morning.
What were we just saying? Oh, the cruise. I went on a cruise.
Oh, really?
And I was nervous about being seasick. You don't feel the boat move at all.
That's what my mom said. It's so big, it just...
They have, like, I guess stabilizers is maybe the word for it, to keep it balanced. Oh, my God. It was amazing.
Okay, but you do remember in Cabrini one year we did a boat trip.
No, they didn't do that for me.
Okay. We definitely went. They went, like, whale watching or something.
Not with my grade. When you went, I was probably in 5th grade, so...
I know, but I thought they did it for... All right, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm 90% sure it was Cabrini. I think maybe either they just didn't do it for you because they were already broke at that point,
maybe.
But I got sick. I was young. I remember. That's the only place I would have went was with Cabrini. And I was terrified of boats.
Okay.
So I never went on any.
All right. And one more thing. I learned this at work. Betty Crocker, real or fake?
Is Betty Crocker real or fake? As in the person or the brand? Like, is she a real person, are you saying? I mean, like, I'm going to go with that's probably not her name, but I thought it would have been, like, something close.
I could not believe what I read. This was yesterday. She's fake.
You were looking this up, or you just found it on?
We did a baking class yesterday. Me and my coworker Taryn. Shout out to Taryn. She's a fan of the show. We made brownies with the residents. And, Betty Crocker recipe.
Yeah.
We we make jokes, me and Taryn, back and forth. We always say, like, George Washington wasn't real. They made him up. Helen Keller wasn't real. They made her up. We just joke about that. But Betty Crocker, she made a joke like, oh, she's probably not real either. And then she looked it up. Betty Crocker was not real, people. So here we go. I'm going to read it for you.
The fun fact of the day.
Surprisingly, Betty Crocker isn't actually a real person. This is from PBS.com, too. Or PBS.org, excuse me. So
yes.
You can fact check me here. She is the brainchild of an advertising campaign developed by the Washburn Crosby Company, a flour milling company started in the late 1800s that eventually became General Mills. She was born in 1921 when an ad for gold medal flour was placed in the Saturday Evening Post. So there was a pile of questions pouring in about Betty Crocker and the company. So it says, the pile of questions pouring in from the puzzle contest reinforced the need for female cooking authority, somebody who could gracefully answer any kitchen questions, that customers might have. The department's answer to the issue was to invent a female chef of correspondence, a fictitious woman they named Betty Crocker. The last name Crocker came from the recently retired director of Washburn Crosby. His name was William G. Crocker. Betty was chosen as a first name for its wholesome, cheerful sound.
Aww.
Everything I've been taught was a lie. I thought Betty Crocker was real. They took Aunt Jemima away from me. You know what I mean? What else are they going to do?
Okay, well, serious question. Would you prefer Aunt Jemima, or would you prefer like a real Vermont or like upstate PA syrup? Like the thin syrup, the real syrup, or would you prefer that thick Aunt Jemima? My mom lives by Aunt Jemima. She's pissed when my dad brings her home like nice maple syrup from upstore.
I knew I liked your mom. So personally, I've been up north.
Okay.
The only time I went up north was we went to, besides Connecticut, my sister used to live there because she was doing school there. But no, so yeah, I've never really been up north or been out and about up north, so I don't know. But you said thin syrup. I don't think I like the thin syrup.
When you get, so I had a friend, my dad used to ski in Vermont religiously. I don't remember it from when we were a child, but my dad says we had it when we were a child. But my friend went to Vermont. Shout out Steve. He went to Vermont I guess this was at least a year ago now. And
Subscribe, Steve.
Brought us home syrup. And that was the first time I had like real thin syrup. And then I noticed when you go upstate, there's maple syrup lines in the trees. And I asked my dad driving with him one time, I'm like, what's up in the trees? And he was like, oh, the maple syrup lines. And then I recently found out that there's a lot of maple syrup if you go to a lot of breakfast places here and in New Jersey. They sell, and it's the same kind of container. You can tell by the container. Everybody buys the same containers and then just puts their own maple syrup farm sticker on it.
What's the other one? Mrs. Buttersworth? I hate her. She stinks. I don't know if she's based off a real person. I'm sorry if you are. But Aunt Jemima, and we can't even say Aunt Jemima anymore. Pearl Milling Company is now the new.
Is that what it says?
Yeah.
Like on the.
But it's the exact shape of the bottle, the color of the bottle. Everything's the same. You just can't. It doesn't say Aunt Jemima. I wish it said Pearl Milling Company, but then it had her face. Remember how it had her face, but it said Aunt Jemima? If it still had her face and said Pearl Milling Company, I think that pays homage to her.
Everything's changing. I went to a concert
for the worst.
2 weeks ago. Dixie Chicks. They're now the Chicks.
You can't say Dixie?
Dick can't say Dixie.
Why not?
Would you believe that?
Why?
Apparently it's offensive, and then I literally, what do I know? I said, apparently it's offensive. That's what I said, and they were like, Sarah. I was like, I don't know. I'm sorry. It's an insult, and I don't even realize what I'm saying is wrong. That's just, they've been the Dixie Chicks my whole life.
Whatever. So. This whole country's getting soft.
I was like, I want to go see a Dixie Chicks. My coworker was like, they're the Chicks. I didn't even know. I was like, what?
I just noticed that you're wearing a Death Row Record shirt, and I love it. One of my biggest accomplishments in life was turning you into a hip-hop fanatic.
I put on my whole Vito playlist. Have a playlist named Vito, old school hip-hop.
Yeah.
The
good
slaps.
shit. The good shit. Yeah. Everything from the late, great Dog DMX to Ice Cube to Redman to Eminem's in there. Everybody's in there. All the late 90s, a little early 90s, Wu-Tang Clan, Nas. you know.
So it started out as really like a New York-based.
Yes. Yeah. East Coast.
And
mostly
then
New York.
before I went to Cali, I started building a more West Coast playlist. And then I realized I don't need a Cali playlist and a Vito playlist. They can be combined.
They can.
They do all go together.
They do.
Realistically.
They do.
So.
So if I asked you East Coast or West Coast hip hop, who do you think is better?
All right, so more
East Coast or
more people,
West Coast?
I would say East Coast.
Okay.
I listen to more East Coast, I say, but there are certain West Coast people that I have.
They
like
deserve the
Spice One,
respect.
I would have never known if it wasn't for you.
So, no.
Ice Cube, I would have never actually listened to more so. Friday by Ice Cube comes on every Friday afternoon while I'm at work. That's what pumps me up for the weekend.
You know more Spice One than I do. You know that? We knew that one song together, and you were like, "Who's this dude?" You know way more than I do.
Probably.
No, I'm
But
telling
the
you.
thing,
You do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're good.
You know, yeah.
I like them. But
It's just random. I don't even know how it happened. I just started listening to playlists, and then I keep it on the, I don't know what it's called, but you know, like how you can have your playlist set that they'll play songs like it once it ends instead of just ending your playlist. Well, I have it set on that, so eventually when I'm at work and I'm 3 hours into my like hour and a half playlist, I'll realize none of these songs are mine, and I'll start to save them.
you know, Redman just released a new single for his new album coming out.
No.
Muddy Waters 2.
Okay.
It's good.
I'll have to listen
It's
to
good.
that.
Old Reggie Noble. Shout out to Reggie.
I got out listening to Eve.
Yeah. So out of the car, you mean?
Yeah, out of the car
What song
today.
was playing?
Out of the
EVE. Do you know?
Yeah, Let's Talk About with Dragon.
Let's talk about.
That's it. I understand that, and anybody that knows the song will understand that.
No,
yeah.
that's a great song.
Well, I put that on because I had Scenario 2000 on, which you know I like, and I like Dragon's part, which I think is one of the hardest lines.
Where he says, "Let's talk about dog, LOX, Eve, and me. Something, something, something. Our beats are Swiss cheesed up." I'm with you. Okay, we love the Rough Riders especially. But yeah, Eve's great. Got a man. No, you know, I love it. Damn, we got the people on the side. Hey, shout out to Mateo. Shout out to his girlfriend Ella. You know. What were we just talking about?
Wait, the hip hop?
Eve, yeah, we were talking about all hip hop. Oh, Redman is what I wanted to say. So, new single for Muddy Waters 2. Muddy Waters is probably my favorite album of his. Came out in 1996. I wasn't even born. Were you born yet?
96. I was born in 96.
Ooh, shout out. Great year.
Yeah.
Great year.
Yep.
Thank you, Jesus, for Sarah Russo. Okay, so we're going to end this podcast with a segment that we call 50-50. So if you're new to this program, I'm going to give my guest here two options. She's going to pick one or the other. That's it. If it's too difficult of a topic for you, you can say both. But one or the other. So here we go. Let me find it. Starbucks or Dunkin'?
I'm going to say Dunkin' because I drink iced tea, and I get an iced tea on the way to work every day almost from Dunkin'.
Okay. Apple juice or orange juice?
Orange juice.
All right. Early bird or night owl?
Early bird.
Yeah, that's something we share in common for sure. Toilet paper, over or under?
Oh, over. Over.
God bless. God bless.
I saw this thing. It was something or beard. I forget what they called it. Like, yeah, whatever.
I don't know either.
On social media. It was funny, though.
I don't know what you're talking about. Text or call? Like me, what would you rather me do? Call you or text you?
Either. I would say text just because I work and I can't answer my phone at work.
Okay.
So as
Let's
long
say
as
it's a Saturday, like at
could care less.
5:30. Okay.
Could care less.
All right. Take notes, people.
Could care less. Sometimes I like a call better because I don't feel like going back and forth with you and spending an hour on a conversation that could take 5 minutes on the phone.
I like that.
So.
Driver or passenger?
Driver.
Okay. Does being a passenger bother you?
No. But I like to drive. I love my car.
Yeah, you do. Shout out to your car.
Yeah.
Subaru, what is the
Subaru
model?
Driver. WRX.
WRX.
2019 premium. Take it any day of the week. Love that thing.
Premium, baby. Premium.
Important.
Sprinkles or Jimmy's?
Sprinkles.
Does it change if they're chocolate, or do you say chocolate sprinkles?
Jimmy's, in my head, I thought either chocolate sprinkles were colored, and I went for sprinkles because they're colored. That's why. Not because of the taste, not
Like
because
rainbow.
of nothing. I just like the look of the rainbow. I think if I'm going to get little things on it, they're pretty much the same thing.
But so, if you wanted the chocolate ones, would you say chocolate sprinkles?
No, that's for Jimmy's.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Okay.
That's very direct. Breakfast or dinner?
Breakfast.
Lunch irrelevant?
Breakfast, I think you can have for every meal.
Correct.
Lunch and dinner, I never want for breakfast. But I will have breakfast for lunch and dinner. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. Chicken or steak?
Steak.
How do you like your steak cooked?
Medium rare.
We just high five people. Medium rare. The more when you look at a picture of it, I think medium is what I picture in my head. Just medium. But medium rare, the texture of medium rare is what I want.
So I could be wrong. Tell me if this makes sense.
Go ahead.
I've watched my dad order a steak upstate multiple times and them not do it right. So what I've learned is if you ask for medium, they might overdo it a little bit. But if you ask for rare, like nobody wants to give it to you rare because they're worried about getting you sick. So they'll always make it a little bit more. So that's why I ask for medium rare, because I'm like, hey, I want it a little bit more rare. I don't want it overdone. I don't want it medium. I don't want it well done. I want it a little bit under medium, and they usually give it to you because they'll be too scared to give it to you rare. They won't give it to you underdone.
Can you imagine? Alessandro sat on this exact chair and said rare.
Yeah.
He does 2 minutes on each side.
No, I could never. If it's bleeding, I just think it's, I don't know, raw.
So when you say medium rare, the general public thinks it's bleeding. It's not. It's pink.
Not.
It's just
not.
pink.
It's pink.
That's all.
Rare is bleeding.
Yeah, I don't want to cut it and I see. Yeah, I'm with you.
But I also don't want to cut it and the whole thing be brown on the inside either. Does that make sense? Like I want it a little pink.
Yeah, I'm not trying to eat a piece of wood, Like I don't want it tough.
And I shouldn't have to down something in an au jus to get it down.
I'm with you.
Like half the time when places give you all, if you ever go to a fancy restaurant, 90% of the time they're not giving you an au jus on the side of your steak, I feel like.
Can you explain what you just said au jus? How you say it?
Is that not how you say it?
No, I'm asking.
Oh, like an au jus or like a
Explain
steak sauce, something like that.
Okay.
I would prefer. Okay, I should say they make steak sauce. I would prefer like a gravy type of au jus than like you would get if you get a French dip.
So this is a beautiful transition to my next question: sauce or gravy?
As in, are we going Italian, like red sauce or gravy?
The color of it is red.
Right.
The color of it is red. Is it sauce or gravy?
I call it sauce.
Yeah.
But I do know people that swear but being Italian and call it, yeah. But at the same time, I've known you my whole life and you don't call it sauce. Or you don't call it gravy. Sorry, switching that up.
Shut your mouth.
You don't call it gravy, so that's what's always made me think like that's a lie.
It is.
Because out of all my Italian family, nobody calls it gravy.
Because it's not.
So, and you don't, so I'm like, that's about as Italian as it really gets, I feel like, so.
Your dad calls it sauce.
Sauce, yeah.
In Italia, not Italy, Italia, because that's how you say it. Salsa. That's how you say it. The translation from salsa, it's not gravy, people. Sauce. We're just gonna keep it at that. And people say, oh, it changes when you add meat. No, the hell it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
When I think of gravy, I think of a brown type of sauce.
Mashed potatoes.
Right,
Turkey
exactly.
on Thanksgiving. Correct.
Right.
Okay. Television series or movie? So you do documentaries. So let me do
I prefer a
documentaries
documentary.
or a movie.
Documentary.
Okay.
I like to be able to learn something. Like I like to be able to. I mean, usually I'm into true crime, so it's like not the best thing to learn.
She's
but
a criminal at heart.
I like to be able. If I'm gonna sit there, I want to be able to learn something.
Okay.
Not always, but.
2 more for you. Cats or dogs?
I would say I like dogs better, but I only have a cat. So I don't know if that's contradicting, but
A little bit.
I never liked cats.
Okay.
I got kind of like
Until you had one.
Well, COVID happened, and his mom needed to go, and we were talking about getting a dog or getting an animal, and we couldn't agree on an animal. We talked about a guinea pig, a hamster, and we were like, you know what? Let's try a cat. We can always give it back, and then it just all worked out. So now I have a cat, but I would prefer a dog if I didn't work 60 hours a week.
God bless. 60 hours a week. Fellas, if you're listening, she makes that cheddar. Just you gotta have a nice personality, and you gotta have a black hoop earring in your nose. That's
The
all.
nose ring for sure helps.
Nose ring.
So.
Is it when I say nose ring, is it a hoop earring? Yeah, whatever. You know what I meant. Okay. This is the last question. This is probably my favorite question on the show. There's no right or wrong answer here. Loyalty or respect?
So, I don't know where you got this question from.
Can I tell you before you answer?
Can I guess?
Sure.
Drink Champs.
Yes.
So I heard an answer on Drink Champs. I was going to say, this is my answer. So, because obviously he asked the same question. I heard, and I forget who exactly said it. I would have to re-look it up. But somebody said, with loyalty comes respect. So if you're loyal, like that is respect.
Can I tell you who said that?
Oh, I wanted to take a guess, but I've listened to so many.
Take a guess.
I'm going to go with maybe Big Sean. Because it's definitely one that I remember, and I'm a pretty big Sean fan.
Say one more time what you said. Your answer was with loyalty comes respect?
Yeah. If you show that you're loyal, they'll respect you, is what he was saying. But it might not be Big Sean. It was definitely a guy that said it, though.
Okay.
I'll look it up after this, and we'll end up talking about this later. But
I don't know now. So like when I just interpreted what you said, and the opposite, someone else said. With respect, there's loyalty. Excuse me. With respect, there's loyalty already there. That's what someone else said, and that's what I was.
Okay, so maybe it's the opposite way.
No, but no, I don't. That's what you're saying.
I'm just wondering if I'm mixing it up, and we are talking about the same thing.
You might not be though. You might not be though. But it's a great question.
Right, it is, but I like that answer. You know, because somebody was like, if I'm loyal or if I respect you, you'll see that I'm loyal or something like vice versa. Like they're one in hand.
So if you had to pick one or the other, are you saying respect or loyalty?
I think loyalty. Okay. Because you don't always got to respect the choices that I make. But if you're really down for me, you'll accept me for me. So like I'm down, even if you don't always got to think what I'm doing is the right option. But I just ask that you support me and you just don't judge me for my choices. So I'm gonna go with
3. You're going loyalty.
Yeah.
Okay. In the first beginning part of this show, I was saying respect because I was saying that like. I'll still say it, that I'd rather be respected by everybody. Like, I want to be respected by everybody. But if I know that I have loyalty from 4 or 5 to, let's say 4 or 5 people, that means more than the respect from everybody else.
Right.
So I'm going to say loyalty as well.
That's what I mean. A lot of people can respect you for what you do and, not really know much. But the people that are down for me are down for me, and they know what I do and what I struggle through and the ups and downs. And
hold me down.
Yeah.
3 words. Hold me down. Like, straight up. It's so yeah, hold me down. I don't even need to explain it. It's just, like, self-explanatory. But it goes along with what you're saying. Like, you might have to respect everything I do. Hold me down.
Right. Exactly. I don't always agree with everything that all my friends choose, but if you need me, call me and I'll be there.
Yeah. You are the definition of a ride or die. So for that,
Thanks.
I'm grateful. I'm appreciative. I'm grateful for Jade Asian because if I didn't see you there, I don't know if we'd be right here.
Yeah.
If I at any point, let's say we didn't see each other at Jade Asian, and I saw you and we were both 30 something. It would be this.
Yeah.
But I'm glad it's happening now. I'm glad that we are where we are now. So I'm grateful.
In prime times in our lives, too.
Yeah. We are in our prime.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for you, your friendship. I know you don't say something to just please me. You keep it real. So when I said that in the intro, you're as real as it gets. I meant that. You don't bullshit. you know, if something has to be said, you say it. So I appreciate you for that. I appreciate you for coming on the show, taking the time out of your schedule. I hope you enjoyed yourself.
Oh, my pleasure.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed yourself.
I did.
I enjoyed myself. You will be back again for sure. We might be in a different location when it's time for you to come back. Who knows?
Really?
Who knows?
Stay tuned.
Who knows? So make sure you subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Make sure you add and like and rate my podcast on on Apple and Spotify if you haven't already. Tell your friends. Oh, I want to take this time real quick. There are kids at the section across the street from us, like closer to that school. I'm not going to say the name of the school.
Right.
Okay. They're like, if I had to guess, they're like 12 or 13 years old. They love my podcast.
Wait, how do you know?
So,
like somebody commented? Or?
So I see them, right? And the one day I was feeling real bold. So I said, I was like, hey, yo, listen to my podcast. And he goes, you on Spotify? I go, damn right I'm on Spotify. So I said it. He followed me on the spot. And he goes, this is you? Showed me. I was like, yeah, that's me. And now almost every time I drive down the street to get to my house, he's outside and he's like so excited. He's like, hey, yo, ah.
When you know he's going to hear this now.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
So, look, I don't know his name, so I got to know his name, but I'm talking to you. Him and his 3 friends. So, shout out to all 3 of you, especially you, though, the kid with the glasses. He's always got a wife beater on. Shout out to him.
Okay.
So, the one day, I guess they were looking for me, like I had just drove by them, and they were like, they know I drove straight.
Right.
So, I was getting stuff to come here to set up for the next day. It was actually the last episode. It was last week. I was coming to set up here, and I had my car in the driveway instead of in the garage. And when I came out they were at the end of the driveway. They were at the end of the driveway with their bikes, and it was like, yo, there he is. They're like, what's good? They're like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm actually getting ready to set up for the pod. They're like, get out of here, really? And I was like,
You gotta invite them on.
I was like, yeah, I am. So shout out to them. I told them, I was like, yo, tell your friends to tell their friends. So that's how this is going to have to go. Like, you're going to have to tell more people. I'm not talking to just them at this point. I'm talking to everybody else. You have to spread the word because I want this to work. And for this to work and this to keep going, it's going to keep going because I'm going to keep doing it. But to quote-unquote work the way I want it to work, people got to tell other people. So keep doing it. Vibrations with Vito. Episode 19. God bless. Take care. Brush your hair. Ciao for now. Seriously. Ciao for now. Thanks for tuning in.